In this video, we are going to talk about Ayuryoga. So now that you understand what Ayurveda is, we can talk about the link between yoga and Ayurveda. Because once you understand the Ayurvedic principles, yoga can be used in a therapeutic way. So each asana has a different effect on the body. It can increase or decrease the different doshas. This will depend on who practices the asana and how. It's not only the asana that will determine the effect, because as you may know, yoga is not just a physical exercise, but it's a way of directing prana or life force. And the flow of prana does not only depend on the asana, it also depends on the way you're breathing, how quickly you do the poses, the degree of force you use in the poses, and your mental and emotional state. It's a combination of asana, pranayama, and meditation that determines the overall effect. That means the same asana can have a different effect on the body when it's practiced in a different way. But although each asana has an effect on the doshas, it's important to note that each body needs exercises that work on the body's full range of motion. We need to do asanas from all asana families: sitting poses, standing poses, inverted poses, back bends, forward bends, and twists. We just need them in different amounts and in different ways depending on the dosha you want to balance at that moment. Ayurvedic asana practice should balance the doshas, facilitate the free flow of prana, as well as calm and energize the mind. In a yoga practice, we take into account the person's natural constitution, so prakriti, and his or her imbalances, vikruti, but also factors such as age, season, time of the day, and for women, the time of the month plays a role. Now let's look at each dosha and start with yoga for the vata dosha. Remember the characteristics and qualities of the vata dosha. The way vata people move is often quick, energetic, unpredictable, and irregular. Also in their minds, they are quick, unpredictable, and ever-changing. When they are young, they are often quite flexible, but as they get older and more dry, they tend to become stiff if they do not exercise regularly. Cracking joints or painful joints are signs of a vata imbalance. Be aware that too much and too intense exercise can cause these imbalances. Vata people also tend to be more prone to injury because of their more vulnerable body structure and tendency of making abrupt movements or going to extremes. Vata regulates all of our movements, including the movement of prana, our life force energy. Too much vata creates chaos in the mind and our energy and prana become scattered. The more calm and subtle prana is, the better you can expand your consciousness. Vata is also responsible for communication in the nervous system. That is the reason why too much vata makes us feel tense, stressed, or restless. Let's talk about using asanas in order to reduce the excess of vata. So first, vata accumulates in the large intestine in the form of gas. But sometimes when it gets too much out of balance, it tends to travel to the bones, the joints, and the nervous system, which is why you can experience cracking joints, stiffness, but also restlessness, insomnia, and anxiousness when vata is too high. In general, most of the asanas will help to reduce vata, but some of them are particularly good, while others are more stimulating and therefore can aggravate vata. So now if we talk about the asanas that will help to reduce vata, the keywords for an asana practice are slow, gentle, grounding, mindful, consistent, and strengthening, but in a gentle way. It should be focused on calming the nervous system and reducing accumulated vata from the large intestine, pelvis, lower back, and the bones. Let's now talk about yoga for the pitta dosha. Remember the characteristics and qualities of the pitta dosha. Pitta types are average build and have a fair amount of flexibility and good muscles. In their mind, they are focused, determined, and high achievers. They like challenges and are very goal-oriented, but they tend to push themselves too hard. Although they need physical exercise to release energy, they can find it hard to relax even if they really need to. That's why they tend to get overheated and irritated and are also most prone to end up in a burnout. Let's talk now about asanas that help us to reduce the excess of the pitta dosha. So pitta accumulates in the small intestine and can create heat and acidity in the blood and the liver. And in order to reduce the excess of pitta, we have to release it downward with grounding and cooling asanas, as well as asanas that massage the abdominal area. And the keywords for an asana practice that help us to balance pitta are cooling, gentle, grounding, surrendering, and accepting. Pitta types can sometimes be too caught up into the list. They need to learn to surrender to the moment and let go of everything that they think needs to be done. Pitta types can also be very rigid and self-critical even in their yoga practice. By learning to surrender, diffusing their focus, and becoming more aware of their body's needs, they cool down and can feel more compassion and acceptance towards themselves and others. Finally, let's talk about yoga for the kapha dosha. Remember the characteristics and qualities of kapha. Kapha gives our body structure, stability, and strength. Kapha types usually have shorter and thicker bones, which can make them less flexible. They move more slowly, but are more elegant and steady, and have the best endurance of all doshas. They get easily overweight or congested, which can limit their movement and breathing capacity. They are naturally more calm, but they can feel a lack of motivation to get moving. However, once they get going, they are often very consistent with their practice. Let's talk about using asanas that will help us to reduce the excess of kapha. So kapha accumulates in the stomach and the chest area in the form of mucus, which can cause stagnation and congestion in the body. So in order to reduce the excess of kapha, it has to be done upward through the mouth and the nose by doing asanas that will accelerate the heart rate, that will help us to deepen the breath, as well as asanas that will open the space in the chest. And the keywords for an asana practice that will help us to reduce the excess of vata are movement, stimulation, heating, and lightening. It should be focused on dynamic, stimulating, and heating asanas that eliminate stagnation in the body and promote the free flow of prana throughout the body. If this is something that interests you, or you would like to learn more about this subject, I have a holistic health coaching program where I coach my clients towards a healthier and happier life by helping them with their imbalances, or just for people who want to include Ayurveda in their daily life. Holistic health coaching is a natural approach in order to heal imbalances in which we take into account nutrition patterns, relationships, physical fitness, stress levels, environmental toxins, and your Ayurvedic profile. It is a program that includes one-on-one coaching sessions, personalized yoga classes, and a meal plan. If you would like to learn more about this program, you can have a look on my website where you will find all of the information you need. You can also book a completely free anamnesis with me where we will determine your doshic constitution, and this will be also a way for you to see if this program is a good fit for you. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end, and I am looking forward to meeting you during your free consultation. Namaste.